finally, it's working. Ah, I can't do this anymore. This whole YouTube thing is stressing me out, guys. Hi everyone, it's May and welcome back to another new video. Let's get right into it. Today, I'm not gonna do any book wrap up, no. Today, we're gonna have a conversation, you and me here. We're gonna be open, we're gonna be honest, we're gonna be direct, and we're gonna say things you guys have been avoiding to hear from other people. And today, I want you guys to change your entire mindset after watching this video. Today's video is a new concept I was trying to do, something I wanted to do for a long time, but haven't really found the courage to do it because the things I'm saying in this video today are things I actually have to hear myself. I have to take this video very seriously because it's me who's saying these things and I have to listen to myself. Otherwise, I should feel ashamed. I thought I might call this my PPP series. PPP does not stand for PowerPoint presentation. I thought it might be prioritize your personal progress or prioritize positive progress, something like that. Positivity is something we people are allergic to because we love to harm ourselves by being the most negative people out there. I'm not gonna stand there and be negative anymore. No, I'm going to show you another side of the negative things and how you can take those negativities and put them into a positive perspective. I know that once you have that mindset, once you put yourself into that mindset, you are gonna have a very completely different way of thinking. I had some conversations with my mom, and my mother is my best friend. She's the person I look up to the most. And when I talk to my mother, I usually do not really take her advice. And I respect her opinion, but I don't take her advice. I don't even know why. So a couple of days after I had a conversation with my mother, I had the exact same conversation with a work colleague. And she's a person who is kind of like an older sister to me. She's like me. Like that's the older version of me. It's probably because we both are Aries. But we are so similar. So whenever I talk to her, I take her advice more than sometimes you have to take the advices from people that are not really as involved in your life. And whenever I talk to her, I listen more. I take the advice that she gives me, even though it's the same advice my mother gives me. I'd rather take the advice from her. I thought, you and I, we don't know each other. You have no idea who I am. I have no idea who you are. So I thought maybe I might convince you to take my advice because sometimes you have to listen to strangers. I don't have a clear structure for today's video, but I do have a couple of things I want to say. There are always different perspectives out there, and you just have to choose the one you feel the most right to. And usually, whenever we have some specific situations going on in our lives, we rather choose the ones that are negative, the ones that kind of harm us more. We like to look at that negatively. Instead of giving ourselves words of affirmation, positive words of affirmation, we do the opposite. And I don't want that anymore. I'm sick of it. I'm done. We're gonna put a straight end to this right here, right now, and we're gonna be positive after watching this video, okay? Okay, I'm gonna say something. There's one sentence, something a person has told me that helped me so much to change my perspective, which is, and listen carefully, you cannot control other people's feelings. Don't forget that. I was like, wait, this is so true. I cannot control other people's feelings towards me. I cannot control specific situations happening in my life. The only thing I have control over is my life, my feelings, my decisions, and my choices. That's the only thing. I cannot control what he says about me. I cannot control what she says about me. I cannot control what my neighbors think of me. No, I cannot control those things. I know how hard it is, how difficult it is to not have control over something, but we have to realize that we cannot control every single situation out there, especially if those are things relating other people's feelings. Friendships. You cannot control if a friendship doesn't work anymore. You cannot take the control over. If a friendship doesn't work, you cannot change that. It's always two people who have to put effort to make something work. If the friendship doesn't work and you try your best, you can try your best. That's totally fine. If the opposite person doesn't do anything, if the opposite person doesn't put effort into the friendship as well, that friendship is not gonna last. You cannot control the entire friendship if it's only one-sided. You cannot control what people think of you. You cannot change the fact that there are some people out there who don't like you. You cannot change the fact that there are some people out there who don't really care about you. It's natural as a human being to think that there are people out there who don't like you, who talk about you. There might be the chance, there might be the possibility, it's possible, it can happen, but you are not the main character in their lives, guys. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. You are your own main character. This is something that helped me the most. Try to behave as if you are the main character in a TV show. This is your show, this is your life, people are there to watch. Some people will enter your life in season 5 and then never leave. Some people will only be there for 2 seasons, some people will only be there for 1 episode. That is how it works. Imagine your life is a TV show. You are the main character in your life, not them, not those people you think are talking about you, not your crush, not your best friend. No, they are not the main characters. They are side characters that have an important impact in your life, yes, but you are the main character. So stop overthinking whether someone likes you, stop overthinking whether your friendship is over or whether someone's gossiping about you. You do not care. Even if they do that, what are you gonna do? Tell me, what are you gonna do? What is the plan? It's not gonna change the fact that they're talking about you. If your friendship is over, what are you gonna do now? If something is shattered, it's shattered. It's over. You can only control what you have in your own hands. But relationships, things people say about you, gossip, I don't know whatsoever. Those things you cannot control. So instead of overthinking, try to see that differently. Accept the fact that not everything is about you. They have personal lives. Those people also have lives. Those people also are TV show characters, but in their own TV shows. I know so many women, so many friends of mine, so many people from work, so many people I follow on Instagram and whatsoever. They are gorgeous. They are beautiful. They have the most beautiful bodies. They have the most beautiful hair, the most beautiful, I don't know, facial structures, a lot of those things. And somehow, even though that they are confident, and they are confident because their confidence just, it shows, they also have days where they are overthinking. Even the most confident people out there have days where they are overthinking about some specific things. I would definitely consider myself a confident person. I know my worth, I know what I like, I know what I hate, I know what I care about, I know my friends, I know what people I want to have in my life, like I know what kind of men I'm looking for. But still, that doesn't stop me sometimes from overthinking because that's natural. Like sometimes you really don't want to overthink, but here, overthinking is the worst when it comes to love, to relationship, to women and men. You can't control specific thoughts. Like, sometimes you're like, okay, you know what? I accepted it. I accepted that some people don't like me. I accepted that some friendships do not last, which is okay. But overthinking when it comes to relationships, whoever came up with the whole thing, I will haunt you in your dreams. Mark my words. I will haunt you in your dreams. Social media has destroyed every single feeling, every single emotion of trust. It has all been destroyed because of Instagram and of TikTok. I hate social media just because of this. I hate TikTok and Instagram, especially Instagram Reels, when it's about relationships. Those videos are so toxic. Not the videos in general, the comments, the people under those videos are so toxic. Whenever I watch a beautiful wedding ceremony or a beautiful wedding, there's always at least one comment which is extremely negative, which is extremely toxic. I don't know how it happened, but I feel like only negative people have social media. I mean, not all of them, but the majority. Like, they're the cutest couple. And then you go to the comments. Biggest mistake, biggest mistake. You go to the comments, you read some beautiful, kind words, but there are also many negative, many bad words that kind of make you overthink again. Don't forget, there's always another woman out there. There's always a woman with 20 more options. And I'm like, what the hell? How do you guys come up with these stupid assumptions that every man out there cheats, that every man out there has another woman, or that women have more than one, two, or three options? Look, I know trusting someone can be difficult. You cannot put your trust in someone 100%. That is nearly impossible. But assuming that every person out there is a cheater or a liar or a backstabber, one, not every man out there cheats. Not every man out there is a cheater. Not every man out there is still in love with their first love. We have a population of almost 8 billion people. You cannot assume that the entire population of men cheat. You might have witnessed some of those stories, might happen, but it doesn't make every man out there a cheater. It doesn't make every man out there have another woman. Or just because you saw a TikTok about someone saying, ladies, don't forget, the men never forget their first love, it doesn't mean that your potential husband or your potential talking stage is going through the same thing. Not every man out there is still in love with their first love. Not every woman out there is in love with their first love. Just because you experience your first love, it doesn't mean that those people will stick in your life forever. You cannot put the entire gender of men in one bowl and assume that all of them are cheaters, all of them are in love with their first love, or all of them always have another option. That is not true. And also, it is not true that every woman out there has more options. I have no idea how you guys come up with these things. I have no idea. Not every person out there has a group chat with their friends talking about 20 options. Not every man out there is considering cheating on their wives or girlfriends just because another man did that. Respectful people are out there. Don't put every single person in one bowl just because you have experienced something like that or witnessed it. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Be positive. Don't put negativity in your life. If you enter a talking stage or a relationship with trust issues, with doubt, don't get into that relationship. Don't. Don't do that to yourself and don't do that to your partner. If you enter a relationship or a talking stage with a negative mindset, it's not gonna end well. So, for God's sake, my dears, please, I'm begging, try to enjoy your lives. Try to cherish every second of your lives. Do not put yourself in the position of overthinking constantly. It does not help you at all. It only harms you. Imagine you have a talking stage. It doesn't work right now because timing is a bitch. Right person, wrong time. That's something that happens. So imagine you have a talking stage with someone, you like him, he likes you, but it doesn't work at the moment because of some issues going on. That doesn't have to mean that he lost feelings, or that he has another woman, or that he is cheating on you, or that he hates you, or that he's lying, whatsoever. I know we all assume the worst. That's the problem. We always assume the worst in people. We cannot assume the worst all the time. People have personal issues. Did you know that? You are your main character in your life, but that doesn't mean that you have to be the one in their lives. Some people actually have problems in their lives which do not involve you. Some people don't want you to be involved in those issues. That's why those people sometimes choose to be distant. So, instead of thinking that he has another woman or that she's cheating on you, think about the fact that sometimes people go through horrible things and they do not want to affect you. I can be the happiest person right now in this moment, and maybe 10 minutes later, I will receive a horrible message. You never know. People go through issues. People have personal issues that they do not want you to be involved in. Not everything is about cheating and not everything is about negativity. Some people rather protect you and put you aside in a respectful way instead of putting you in the midst of the issues and affect you as well. Just because he's love bombing you one day and the next day he's cold and distant, it doesn't mean he hates you. It doesn't mean he found another one. Why are we in a generation where we have to act as if we are not interested in those people. What kind of stupid game is this? I hate this. I hate when I talk to a guy and I text him and he doesn't respond in 2 or 3 hours because it might seem too desperate. I hate this game of texting. The guy texts you and you cannot respond within the first 5 or 10 minutes because otherwise it seems too desperate. Why are we in a generation where these things actually are important? It's so stupid to have to set a rule of how long to wait until you text them back. Like, what are we doing, guys? This is ridiculous. But like these whole games, that's what I mean, these immature, childish games. If I receive a message from the guy I like, I'm gonna respond immediately. If I see his message, I respect him enough to text him back once I see that message. I'm not gonna play the game of, oh my god, I'm gonna wait 5 hours till I text back. No, if I'm busy, I'm busy. But you have your phone with you 24/7. You cannot tell me that you're busy all the time. Nope. Stop being like, oh my god, what if he thinks I'm desperate? What if she thinks I'm in love with her? Guys, no one cares. Be positive. Put positivity in your life. So what? What happens if he thinks or if she thinks that you are in love? What happens? Is this a shaming? I'm not ashamed. Are you embarrassed? Is there a reason to be embarrassed? I wouldn't think so. So what? Are you scared your friends are gonna make a joke about you? Those are not your friends. Those are childish idiots. If I like someone so much, I'm gonna put effort into that. But the positivity I claim in this video is we have to take a deep breath and we have to stop with these stupid assumptions. Do not look at those stupid comments telling you that every man out there cheats, that every woman out there has 20 options. Do not watch those stupid ass videos about people who have suffered from cheating experiences because it doesn't mean that it's gonna happen to you. Not everyone is a bad person, and I want you guys to accept that. I promise you, it's gonna get so much better once you shove those stupid assumptions aside. Believe me, it's gonna be so much better. You're gonna be so much healthier. You're not gonna be like, oh, okay, so today I'm gonna sit at home, listen to sad music, sad, depressing music, and cry myself to sleep. Why? Do you want to be a person everyone feels sorry for? Do you want to be that kind of person? There is so much worse in this life. So please stop overthinking. I'm honest with you, I like someone as well. When I like a guy, I do overthink as well. Sometimes I have moments where I do overthink more, and sometimes I have days where I do not overthink at all. Whenever you have a moment of overthinking, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and try to calm down. Try to distract yourself. The biggest win for them is distracting yourself. Listen to music, not depressing music. Listen to some funky pop summer hits. I don't know. If you're interested in reading, try new books. These books help you to escape the reality. Go out, find a new hobby, try new sports. Journal. You can journal. Sometimes you cannot express yourself, so just journal. Write down what you want to say to people. Write down what you're feeling. Those things help as well. Distracting yourself is the biggest win against overthinking and negative thoughts. And don't be ashamed of going out by yourself. Trust me, I live in a country where everyone is judgmental. And I have been to the cinema by myself. I have been to a cafe by myself, and I didn't care. People looked at me as if I did something wrong. Do you know how nice it is to go out by yourself and enjoy the moment? You can find so many things to distract yourself instead of overthinking and putting yourself in more negativity. You attract what you give. I don't chase, I attract, right? If you continue being negative, you're only going to attract negativity. You're only going to attract people you don't want to have in your life. The biggest advice I have received from every person out there who's older than me, who's almost married, and whatsoever is enjoy being in your 20s. I don't care. You know what? I don't care what you do. I don't really care. You're gonna go out and you're gonna enjoy yourselves. You wanna go to the cinema, but you have no one to go with? Go by yourself. Who cares? You wanna go to a club and dance? Do it. You wanna go and drink? Drink. You wanna have a new relationship? Go get into a relationship. You have to prioritize your life. You're only living once. You only have one life. Being in the 20s is probably the worst and the best experience of our lives, so the pressure is pressuring. It doesn't stop you from enjoying your life. Listen, if you love someone, you love someone. If you have a crush, enjoy every second of having a crush. Enjoy every second of having a boyfriend. Enjoy every second of being single. You are eventually gonna find the one. You're eventually gonna get married. You're eventually gonna have a kid. It's gonna happen. It might take longer than you think, but that moment's gonna come. I have talked to a lot of friends of mine who were like, it's beautiful to have relationships and it's beautiful to being engaged and whatsoever, but I do miss the early stages of our talking stage. I don't know what it feels like being in a relationship. I've never been into a relationship before, but talking stages are nice. I know that we are like, okay, what if this is not going to work out? What if he hurts my feelings? What if he's going to break my heart? Yes, those are possibilities. Try to enjoy even those days. Do you know how beautiful it is to have a crush, to like someone? I'm a reader. I believe in love. I love love. I love relationships. I love watching videos of girls and boys falling in love. I love watching videos about proposals and I love watching wedding vows. I love those videos so much because I still believe in love. I don't care if people think I'm stupid or whatsoever. I believe in love. I know that it's gonna come and I know it's gonna be someone great. I love having a crush. Do you know how nice it is to wake up in the morning and the first person you think about is him? And before you sleep, you make these fake scenarios in your head and it's all about him. The whole feeling of nervousness, the whole feeling of butterflies in your stomach because there is a possibility you might see him. That is what I love so much about being in love, having a crush, liking someone. If he hurts you, if you get your heart broken, be sad, go cry, that's totally fine. But it's not the end of the world. It's not gonna make you feel miserable for the rest of your life. It's gonna pass. One day, you're gonna find the one, you're gonna have a family. Let's say there's a party next week and you might see your crush. It's the feeling of what you're gonna do when you see him. It's the feeling of styling yourself that day. You're gonna be extra beautiful that day. You're gonna wear an extra beautiful outfit that day. And then you're gonna go to that party and your friends, all aware of your crush, of course, are gonna be like, look, he's here. And then the excitement in your eyes, the butterflies in your stomach. Even if you're single, do you know how beautiful it is to just go and get dressed with your friends, listen to music while getting ready, and then you go out with your friends, you party, and you have the most amazing time? Those moments are so beautiful. If you have a crush, don't be ashamed of it. If you prefer being single, don't be ashamed of it. It's totally fine. Everyone is in a different stage in their lives. There is no competition, there's no rivalry there, there's no one else you have to compete with. You cannot forget that this is still your life and you are the main character in your life and you have to live it the way you want other people to see. Experiences are important. Talking to people, communicating with people, finding their perspectives, it's also very important. Anyway, guys, just don't forget, be positive, stop overthinking. You cannot control any situations, you cannot control what people think. Try to enjoy every second of your life. Trust me, it's gonna be so much better once you have that energy and that mindset.